Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Well, my name is Jade, and this is The Rant. Today, we're going to be discussing the fake music industry. You are probably absolutely unaware of this. Trust me, this rabbit hole goes deep. Let's oge. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Jade and this is The Rant. It's a Monday morning here in Australia, Sunday for the rest of you. I'm so happy you have joined me and I hope you're doing okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love these shows because during the week I get to do lots of research. I normally fall into rabbit holes each and every week. No, not those rabbit holes of nonsense conspiracies, but stuff that's really going on, stuff that is happening in our world, around our industry, around tech, and a whole lot of other things. And this one's man. This boils my blood. It totally boils my blood, but it does not surprise me. That is the thing. So we are talking today about the fake music industry or the death of the music industry. I was going to call it that, but it's the music industry has been dead for a long time already. And these practices that we're going to talk about that is happening with the music industry currently are really shocking. But not shocking, but not shocking. Does that make sense? I hope it does. All right, let's say hello to you all and we'll get down to it. Thomas Christ in the house, Dave Bops, what's going on? Real Justine Kasprick, 100% real. Pinch her and you can tell she's real. Or take a bite, chunk, and you'll know she's real because she'll slap you. Forrester the Wolf, good to see you, my friend. You've been dropping some really good tunes lately. Wes plays music, the legend, the man himself, the shredder. Who else? Thomas is banging some links in there. These are things you can do if you want. There's no pressure. Here's the beautiful Valerie Bart, who I love so much. Good to see you, Valerie. I hated the reason, but you know this. But have you ever thought about doing a show like Walk With Me? You had me gripped. You should be doing travel vlogs. Hugh, get out. I'm done with you. I promised I would. So if you don't know what happened yesterday on the opening hour, during the week, I promised Hugh Caldwell I would do a cover of the Village People's YMCA on the opening hour. And I learnt that godforsaken, horrible song. Oh, man. And he didn't even turn up. It's all right, Hugh. There's a replay, right? It's all good. Riverbend Sim in the house. Again, hello, Valerie. I can't wait till you get around, Valerie, to doing those patches for Australia. That's not going to happen, is it? Oh, God. I hate living in Australia sometimes. I'll send you, maybe we can work out. I'll pay for postage. I need one. I need one of those big time. Anyway. All right. Have I found everyone? Have I Dave Bops? The Big Bopper. Thank you, Big Bopper, for the donation. You rock. Blood coolant, huh? Yeah. No problem, Forrester the Wolf. Look, I'm not going to lie. Let's get into it, yeah? So music. I've stopped making music. I can't deny it. I have stopped making music. I just don't care at the moment. And it's stuff like this that just makes me go, why? Why even bother anymore? Like, we are in such a strange place just in the world with everything, right? The enshittification of stuff and you know, politics is a mess and people are a mess and education levels. There's just so many things that are just terrible, just terrible. I'll shoot you. I'll send. Can I send you an email? I'll send you an email. Thank you. But I'll pay for it. I got no problem paying for it. You know I love Smitty and I love you. Right. Joe, Glenn, hello. All right, so I've stopped making music, and it's not that I don't enjoy making music anymore. Partly it's because this takes up so much of my time because YouTube makes it really hard to make money, and especially when like I didn't start doing this to choose to live off it. I just wanted to have fun showing apps, and now I can't get out of it now. And they just continue to make it harder and harder. So all my time is just into this, and I feel like I've just got so left behind making music. But then I look around at what's going on in the music industry and go, maybe I'm dodging a bullet because, man, the practices that are going on are just absolutely fucking terrible. Who else? I saw some other people. Fat Panda Cat's in the house. The Home Obsessions in the house as well too. Jenny Jolivet. Thank you all for joining me. All 23 of you, I think. 26 now. Thank you. Wolfstone Studio, g'day. And Dave Bops. Look at Dave. He's so sweet, isn't he? Dave Bops is a sweetie. Thank you, Dave. All right. So I started reading about this conspiracy about so we've all heard about the dead internet theory, right? And it started out as a conspiracy, and now here we are, right, where the current statistics are showing 57% of internet reactions online are with bots. So I think we're past the conspiracy side of it now. Bot engagement is driving a lot of engagement. We've talked a lot on this channel about funnels, and we'll cover it again for a second here, where funnels are basically the death of the internet, how they have herded us into funnels like Instagram and Facebook and these particular places where this is now where we get our information from. And the death of the common website and stuff is it's a thing, right? And it feels like the internet is dead. It feels like that. And then we've talked also about artists who are farming, who are creating fake views, right? 100% of is bad. Oh, you. People who are creating fake streams, buying fake subscribers, buying fake views on their YouTube channels. Even people out there who have bought so many fake subscribers that they got a YouTube plaque. And there's like 3 comments per video. We know it's fake, but you got a YouTube plaque. Anyway, so people are faking stuff. Like, fake is the new cool, like it seems. Everything is fake, right? We live in a world where people say, gender affirming care, we can't do that for trans people, but let me go get a tit job, which is still gender affirming care, right? So, but it's still fake, right? Fake seems to be the new not fake. I don't know. Everything's fake. What do we trust anymore? News is bullshit. Ads, like even Brad was saying yesterday, he's going, I'm getting all these ads on Facebook for like how to build up subscribers and views. And I'm like, do you keep clicking them? And he said, yes. And I said, that's why you keep getting more. It's like the other day, right? I got an ad in my Facebook feed about skin tags, how to remove skin tags. And I stupidly clicked on it. And now my whole feed is full of these products to remove skin tags that you know are bullshit, because I've gone and watched videos on people going, it's all fake. It's crap. Everything's fake, man. We are in such a fake world at the moment. And guess what? It's hit the fucking top of the chain of the music industry, and Gary Hubs is in the house. Now, look, the music industry has never really been somebody you can trust. Let's be honest, right? I think we did a whole episode on a bunch of shows here on the Rant about the music industry, about their dodgy practices throughout the history of the music industry, starting with things like jukeboxes. The whole reason jukeboxes were created were to put into venues to push music onto people, to create fake virality, right? And creating fake listens. Everything is about this. Even Ken's doing, man. EM dashes, man. Last week I said that. I said too much, like I always do on this show. And then I saw him performing. I say performing this week, and all the songs that he put up had no lyrics. Because you wouldn't want to give away that you're actually not writing your own lyrics. But anyway, that's another story. But again, fake, man. Fake. Everything is fake. Look at so many of the look at the Mar-a-Lago face, they call it. That's what it's called? I think the Mar-a-Lago face, where everyone's got the pumped up lips and they all look like one of those Jerry G talking dolls. Ugh, how do we get to this point, man, where people are searching for beauty and they end up looking like a plastic doll? It's so weird. Fake. But this has hit the top of the music industry. So going back, I was saying how jukeboxes, so everything is about creating fake interest, fake popularity. And as the music industry has changed, the music, or even with CDs, right? The introduction of CDs, don't for a second think that the music industry is ever caught on the back foot. Right? That is the thing that you really can't get sucked into, because the music industry is behind a lot of the changes, and they are well aware of these changes, and they are well prepared for how they are going to, remember this, make money from music. That's what it's all about. And today it's a whole lot more than just the record industry or the music industry making money. It's venture capital as well. Right? We are in a completely different time now where venture capital is providing the money up front to be able to do these things, and then you need to create an investment. This is we're going to get into this next week on the Rant with the circular financial bubbles and stuff that are throughout history and AI and where that's going. That's for next week. But venture capital is heavily involved in this stuff. Even recently, as recent as this week, DistroKid major shares were purchased by a venture capital company. And I know people are getting and freaking out. Don't freak out too much. It's nothing's going to change, right? DistroKid stocks are way up. They are the number one distribution service in the world. Okay, YouTube. Yep. YouTube's, I'm getting the message. Yeah, I know. We're getting the message. So we'll hang out for a second. Hey. We'll wait. I'll do a little dance while we're waiting for it to... Are we back? Somebody just let me know when we're back. I'm getting the error. Come back here. I'm just doing a little dance. Error... Oh, you know what? I'll have some coffee and chill. Let me have a coffee. The image looks like it's coming through okay, but I've still got the error message. We good? We're good. All right, so it's just for a second. Thanks, YouTube, for your fantastic service. Good stuff. So, yes, even Scarlett says it here, right? Welcome, Scarlett, as well. It's been like this a long time. These people, they've been fucking over musicians as much as they can. And you know which musicians they fuck over the most? It's the small ones. It's the independent ones. They fuck you over the most because they want to put up front in your face the investments that they have invested money into, right? This is what happens. Now, back in the day, it was like, right, we've got money. Venture capital gives us money. We've got money to invest. We've got to put this money into finding an artist, and yeah, venture capitalism isn't necessarily bad, of course, all that stuff, but we've got to put money in now too, so the artist can go and record the album, produce the album. We've got to market the album. We've got to mass produce hundreds and thousands of copies to go and put in stores. Well, that's all gone now, right? So there's all this extra money, right? So where have they gone? I'll tell you where they've gone. Into the land of bullshit. This is where we're at now. Some of the stuff you're going to hear about today, I think was shocking to me, but it's not, because you kind of expect it from these people, these rich people who are constantly trying to fuck you over. So the dead music industry or fake industry is all an illusion. And we're talking about today mostly upper echelon. Think about like Drake. Think about your big celebrities, right? The big hip hop artists, all these kind of stars. We're not talking about you and I, right? The tiny little folks that get our music played on You Rock and YML and the weekend warm up. Not us. We're talking about big artists and how they are creating an illusion of popularity and success. So music really hasn't become any less creative. In fact, even with the invention of AI, people are still being very creative with music and creating new styles and stuff like this and new smashing together new. So that's actually still happening. Discovering music increasingly feels like it's being engineered. And it is. This is the thing. It fully is being engineered right under our noses. And the internet, when it first came out, these are what we're going to break down today. The internet was promised to remove gatekeeping, but in fact, at this current point, and AI isn't helping, which we're going to discuss, it's increasing gatekeepers. So algorithms are our new gatekeepers, and today's success can sometimes be manufactured before audiences even make a genuine choice. This is the main crux of today, what we're talking about. So fake streams, we all understand about fake streams, but the level of fake streams are quite astronomical, especially with things like Spotify. Just think about these statistics. Now, you would have seen them, right? Again, we've discussed this. You see an artist on Spotify who has 10 million streams a month, and then you head over to their YouTube channel and they've got 500 subscribers. Something's odd. When you see such a disparity in numbers, something is amiss. And again, I think critical thinking is so out the window at the moment, and people just go, It's like this statistic I saw the other day. $735 billion alone has been spent on AI by all of the AI companies. $735 billion in 1 year. Now, if we go back to the time of Jesus Christ's birth, and you made $1 million every single day up until today, that still would be nowhere near $735 billion. That would be like $2 million it's ridiculous, right? At the amount of money that is being spent on this stuff. So fake streams have become the thing, and it's so easy right now for labels to fake streams. It is just click. We can go through some of these things today. We have stream farms, click farms, bot accounts, compromised user accounts, artificial plays. Now, think about this. Whenever a company, hello, Roque, I hope you're doing well also. Some of the music you've been dropping lately is really cool as well too. Just get that out there. Think about this. When a company decides to go with a call center in the Philippines, everybody loses their shit. Oh my God, they're outsourcing to the Philippines. How evil is that? Well, let's start thinking about things like this, because stream farms and bot farms and click farms are pretty much these call centers. They're cheap to run. They run on similar setups to like a data center, right, on a smaller scale. I know some people have this image that it's like a whole line of iPhones that are just clicking on things. It's not. These are server farms that are just constantly running these interactions, bots that are communicating with people, clicks on things, just continuously clicking songs to create clicks. Bot accounts are hyping up songs. So, but these marketing, so the music industry now is starting to hire marketing firms who then in turn pay these bot farms to do this, to generate bullshit hype, even before an album has been released. And that hype doesn't need to be even positive hype about this is going to be the greatest album of all time. This can be negative hype. This can be negative hype about think about this, right? So just say you've got Kanye having an argument with another big artist. They will hire PR teams to spread bullshit about Kanye. Kanye doesn't need any more bullshit. That guy's just enough of a meme machine in himself, right? But this is the thing. And is this stuff really bad, this negative press? We've all heard the saying, negative press is good press after all, right? But these companies, these media companies that these people are hiring, this is what they're doing. No longer are they like writing a promo. Let's write a biography and create a promo pack for our artists. That's not happening anymore. Why would you do that when you can generate bullshit propaganda, fake streams, and bullshit hype where just bots are flooding places and saying, this is the greatest album of all time. This is fantastic. The amount of money it takes to do that compared to actually going out and spending on real marketing, you'd be stupid to do it, right? So again, hey, Gordon Lee Weaver and Professor Boomer. Of course, you can argue, but this is the way business is done. Yeah. If people cut corners as much as they can, they want to save money because they want to make more money. So this is the cheapest alternative to create bullshit hype and keep artists up front and center where they need to be, even if it's negative or bad. Fraudulent. So what comes out of this? These fraudulent streams, because nobody's checking, right? This critical thinking thing, it's gone. Nobody's checking. Like, you can say whatever you want these days, and nobody pulls you up on it, right? Look at Donald Trump, right? He says so much batshit crazy stuff, and people go, "That's bullshit." But there's no consequences, right? You can virtually say whatever the fuck you want, and you're going to be fine. Right now, I could say whatever I want. And most people won't go and fact check it. You could even, all of this could be bullshit, right? Fraudulent streams can inflate perceived popularity. And that's the point of this. Big numbers create social proof because people follow the numbers. This is why people say, hit the like, subscribe, share, this kind of stuff. Build up those subscriber numbers. You may have the worst content on the planet, right? But if you're buying subs and you've got a number, people see the number. I'm guilty of it too. I go to a YouTube channel, I watch one video and go, this video is pretty cool. Oh, wow, they've actually got like 750,000 subs. They probably put out a whole lot of good other stuff. I'll just hit subscribe. And then I realized, oh, fuck, some of their other stuff, shit. Why would I subscribe to this? They had one good video, right? But that perceived, that's not even saying that channel was fraudulent. We look at it like sheep, we follow along. Oh, well, they've got a lot of viewers. They must be good. I'll just click on it. It's just something you fall into, right? What I see here, let me try and keep up. They have psychological profiles on all of us. Yes, and this is what this is all about, right? This is based off psychology. Look, and I'm going to play you a video. Before we get into too much, I want to play you something. And it really it pissed me off so much because we're going to be talking about manufactured virality next, right? But before we play this video, hello to ABATT, welcome back. Fans, and so just some other points here, fans assume that if a stream has millions of views, then it's quality. It must be good. This must be good because people are listening to it, right? The bigger number, you see it. Brands, labels, and media also respond to those numbers. I deal with it all the time here on this channel. There's been companies I've reached out to, which I particularly would like them to sponsor me because I like their product, like Rode. I'm still out here. Everything in my studio is Rode. Everything, please, Rode, get back to me, right? And they look at my numbers and go, why would we sponsor you? You barely have 7,000 subs. We don't care. But it's not about that. So even DistroKid, they sponsor me here. And of course, I'm not going to go too much in, but it's like, do people trust you? Like, do you, what is your content about? Like, they're on the ball with this stuff, right? They have sponsored someone like me with a small audience, but they like what I do, right? Even if fake streams don't create fans directly, they can attract listeners simply because people assume that people must be listening to their music. It's the perceived popularity, right? It's more than, is this song actually viral? Is it actually doing well? Is it actually a good song? It's that perceived that, oh my God, people are listening to this. Manufactured virality. I'm going to play this video. It's really alarming. It's because they're just coming out and saying it now. So this is taken from a Billboard video. Hopefully, they're probably going to claim me for playing it. I don't really care. The video is called The Secrets to Song Virality on TikTok, Digital Marketing Agency Chaotic Good. So let me put this up here and let's hear what they've got to say, these industry people.
Campaigns on TikTok and use a bunch of different ways to describe it. I've heard volume campaigns. I think y'all have said trend seeding before, where basically, can you describe exactly like what this means?
We use the term trend simulation, which I think is useful. Basically what we're doing like every day is sometimes artists get lucky, they post a song and it goes viral. And so what we're doing is going and looking and studying what actually happened. Like, what were the inflection points? Who are the key people that picked it up? Like, who are important people in certain genres? Like, what are the niches? Why did this happen? And so then we have a song that isn't naturally going viral. We apply that to it. And so we say we're kind of simulating a trend. And part of that is also studying how the TikTok algorithm works, like what's important, how you want to pace out videos, all these kind of things. And so we can get into kind of the details there, but that's how we think about these song campaigns.
Yeah, and what we've done, I think, since the initial song UGC campaign is scale out a bunch more. So now we focus a lot on narratives and discourse online. And so it's not always even song specific. It could be, a little bit more about an artist campaign or somebody who worked with another artist, or, we had somebody we work with who produced a big pop record. And so it became about how do we get that narrative out there ahead of their record that they were putting out. So yeah, it stems a lot further now than just the song campaign.
Yeah, I've heard it described to me before as like back in the day, it used to be top down for marketing. So it's like hiring your biggest creators you can find, paying them and having them use their song in a video. Now, what you guys are describing, like practically speaking, is you run or have a network of a bunch of different accounts that are meme accounts or sports clips or truck videos or whatever these types of accounts are, and then you can plug the song into those so it creates more of a groundswell effect rather than coming from the top down. Is that correct?
That's correct, and there's a very specific reason why this works on TikTok. A question I like to kind of ask everyone in the music industry is, why do no songs really break off Instagram Reels? Ostensibly, it is the same platform as TikTok. It's an algorithmic feed that you swipe on. There should be Instagram Reels songs, but that kind of is not a category that exists.
Yeah.
And the reason we think that's true is TikTok is entirely based around trending audios. That is the main primitive. It's a really obvious point, but it has huge implications. And so on TikTok, it's really easy to get views. You just post trending audios. TikTok weights that really heavily in the algorithm. But artists can't do that because they want to promote their own music. And so a big part of what we are doing is posting enough volume across enough accounts with enough impressions to try to simulate the idea that the song is trending or moving or whatever you want to call it. And then as that happens, the artist posts start doing better and all this kind of things. Because, if you were building a new account, which we do many times a day, you would never post non-trending audios. It's worst practices, but artists have to. And so we view our job as kind of pushing against that and helping them.
Interesting. Wait, so how do you run all of these accounts? Do you just have a bunch of cell phones somewhere or?
Yeah, pretty much. We have a large network of, both employees and contractors and people in our network, and yeah, a lot of phones.
We have a rep at Verizon at this point. We are a VIP customer of them, and our office is overrun with iPhones. And our partner Adam has this theory about which iPhone is best. It gets deep very fast. Yeah.
Do you think it's more superstition, or do you think there's actually merit to what he's saying?
I think a lot of trying to figure out the voodoo of the algorithm is. However, this is our job, full time, and we study it at a collegiate level, and so anything to get an edge.
Yeah. Wait. Well, can you?
Anything to get an edge. Anything to get it. Is it. Now I see this, right, and go, right, hey, this is business, right? Obviously, this is what's happened. I've worked at a company before that was all about trying to create viral content. And funnily enough, the time I worked at that company, they didn't. They went under. They totally went under, right? Because they tried to do this. This was at least 10 years ago. There were companies forming off the ground to try and create viral content and trying to do this and analyze viral content and what makes it viral. And a lot of the time you can't do that. But what they're actually talking about here is quite underhanded and quite snaky because, see, someone like me who has a sponsor like DistroKid, I have to tell you about it. I have to let you know. It's in the terms and service of YouTube. I have to tick a little box and a little thing pops up saying sponsor. This is a sponsored content, where this is completely different. They don't have to tell you this. So what they're essentially saying is they're searching across TikTok for viral people, and you've seen them doing their little dances and paying these people to put on the latest songs to create. Are we seeing this? And they're not, and they don't have to disclose. Why? Because they're just dancing and the music is irrelevant. But the music, what these companies have worked out is that the music is really important. Now, also I watched a whole bunch of videos and read a whole lot of articles from bands whose record labels have been forcing them into these situations, saying, "Hey, look, we're your record label. We're promoting you, and we're seeing that your personal TikTok account, your band account, your Instagram account isn't doing what we want. So we don't want you to promote your your TikTok or your Instagram page. What we want to do is we want to take your music and we want to flood the market on car commercials, animal things, and all of these fake bullshit fucking viral things which they're trying to mass produce. Man. Remember when it used to be about music? Remember? And they just said it straight up. It's not about music. It's not about music. And look, I know you can get completely jaded about this, and you shouldn't, right? Because this is the mainstream media. And I think one of the reasons I want to rant about this is to put it out there. Realize that you're being duped. Realize that this is what is happening. Realize that everything that we've signed into, every single social media program that we use, this is in the terms and conditions to take our data, to understand how we think, to create psychological profiles of all of us and understand how to market to us, because this is this is what comes of that. This is what comes from mass. When something is free, then there's got to be advertising behind it. And how do you target advertising? By building psychological profiles of people and understanding how individual people work and how sheep mentality, group mentality works and group think. And this is what we have signed up for, because nobody reads the fucking terms and conditions. That's it. We've all signed up for this stuff, and this is what we get. We get people to join, but it's not a pyramid scheme. Yeah, right. So manufactured virality. Let me just bring that. Hi, Shelley, as well, too. I see you there. I missed you in saying hello. Where are we? So, marketing campaigns now. Instead of trying to work out how to sell an artist, what are the good points of the artist? Hey, Mick the singer, he's really good on the weekends and cooks. All this kind of stuff about what you fell in love with music. Remember when you fall in love with an artist or a band and you've wanted to find out about it? No one gives a fuck about these people anymore. Think about some of the artists now that you, probably not for us because we're older, but even young people, I see this discourse in a lot of Gen Alpha talk at the moment, is they feel like they don't know the artist that they're listening to, right? And what that does also is it creates a super disconnect between artist and you feel like you're more connected than ever because you're seeing their posts that they put up all the time. But remember, these posts that most artists put up are bullshit. Listen, I dated a girl who was a suicide girl. If you don't know what suicide girls are, I don't know if it's still around. So it was a modeling kind of thing back in the day where girls with tattoos would wear skimpy outfits and they'd pose and stuff. And it was a modeling thing, right? Kind of softcore porn. I dated a girl who did that. And what was really interesting, her anxiety was absolutely crippling beyond all, unbelievable. When you saw her photos, you'd be like, if you saw her photos, you'd be like, oh my God, she must be the most outgoing human being ever. But behind the camera, in a relationship with me, her fucking anxiety and all that was so crippling, she couldn't even post to people. She didn't know what to post to people. She was like, why do people want to know anything that I think of? So in the time that I dated her, I became her social media poster, right? And I would say to her, let's just go get a coffee, go get the coffee, and just, while we're at the coffee shop, put the cup down on the table and just put your hand in the shot. And that's all we need to do. They just want something from you. They're so desperate to have something from you more than your pictures, and they want to get to know you. But this is the thing, right? So, and I was faking her account. It was me posting everything. I was responding to all these people. It wasn't even her. It was me. And if they found that shit out, look at OnlyFans. This is a common practice. So many OnlyFans accounts these days. These guys, they're beating their meat and they think they're getting through to the woman who they're paying fucking $29 a month to watch her do her thing. They think they're having real conversations. She's got a fucking social media team behind her. They're writing all this shit. It's not real. Everything's fucking goddamn fake. So, and these marketing companies, this is what they fucking do. They look for how trends start, who shares it first, which communities react first, which demographics spread content. And this is the thing, right? All of this information that we allow them to gather about us gives them the power to do this and do target. If you've ever done a Google ad, right, on YouTube, you can see, you can target your ad so finite, you can set it to a specific gender, a specific age, in India, in the smallest town, and you can make your videos. Why you would do that is ridiculous, I don't know. But you can target it to like the most minute group of people because all that information is given up by us. So we are essentially giving them all of this power. We're giving them the power to manufacture viral bullshit. Let's talk about clipping campaigns. Now, I saw somebody mention, I think I saw ATT mention this. Have you heard of clipping campaigns? Do you know what clipping campaigns are? Well, I went down this rabbit hole for you, and let's talk about clipping campaigns. Very interesting. Clipping campaigns are, this is from a article that I read, marketing strategy where a company of artists encourages lots of people to post short clips of the same content across social media at the same time, creating the impression that everybody is talking about it. Unlike normal viral moments where people independently decide to share something off their own, oh, I like this thing, clipping campaigns are often coordinated, much like when you would see a dance party roll up in the middle of like a city, and they do a whole dance together and all that kind of stuff. Completely organized, coordinated. According to the transcript, marketers may recruit large numbers of video editors or creators who offer them incentives, because they don't have to disclose the incentives that they are being given, such as payment based on views, to post clips from interviews, podcasts, live streams, performances, or music videos. And this is really interesting too, because this goes into, we've all seen these video clips, right, of like in the manosphere. If you don't know what the manosphere is, right, it's a whole lot of these, I guess, fake podcasts where these guys sit around talking about how shit women are, right? A lot of these podcasts that you see where there's some guy going, yeah, women are toilet, I wouldn't even piss in them. And they're not even real podcasts. They've actually set up a complete podcast studio. This is going nowhere. And they just fucking record these moments of them saying outlandish bullshit. And then what happens is they run clip campaigns. So all these places play them all at the same time. And then this fucking misogynist piece of shit is all over the place. And before you know it, Andrew Tate. Yay! This is how these people become something, because in a real world, people would see Andrew Tate and just go, what a fuckhead, right? But these viral clip campaigns have created this mass, oh, well, fuck, everybody's posting this, so it must be something. Incel talk shows, yeah. And they're not even real talk shows, man. They don't even exist. There's heaps of these things. And what's happened is these clip campaigns, and now they're doing it for music as well. So an artist or marketing agency selects the content that they want to create or want to promote. The content is distributed to dozens, even hundreds of creators. And listen, creators and content creators like what we're doing here, the easiest people to market to, because, you know, YouTube pays fuck all and you work like a dog unless you're fucking, you know, really lucky. So people want to make some money. They want to fucking live, and the price of everything goes up. So people are more desperate to do anything. We talked about it on Tech Titties this week. That new app that's out that's paying people bounties to go out and eat shit and do stuff. It was a goddamn fucking episode on Black Mirror, and it's now happening in real world. We're going to give you some Bitcoin, go out and wear a T-shirt saying, I suck cock, and just walk, yeah, look at me, I suck cock. Post the video and you'll get paid Bitcoin. This is the desperation that people are doing. Each creator edits and uploads the clip to their social media accounts. If the clip performs well, the creator earns money and rewards. Social media algorithms detect lots of people posting about this, and then it gets pushed further into the algorithm. That is how you use the algorithm. For example, Taylor Swift posts 20 clips from an interview. You expect that it's self-promotion. But if 200 unrelated TikTok accounts post different moments from the same interview, it feels like it's genuine, that it's a cultural event. And people go, oh my God, we've got to get onto this. So that's what clipping campaigns are. So we've covered that. Let me get up and cover a couple more things, because I know we're running out of time and there's so much we could talk about. There's so many things that are happening. We talked about, so we've got seeding campaigns. Let's go into seeding campaigns. This is more targeted. Instead of paying celebrities, campaigns may pay meme pages, niche TikTok accounts, car pages, gaming pages, music pages, football pages, lifestyle creators. The audience has no idea that the content is sponsored and it looks organic. And all they're doing is, hey, here's this song. We pay you, put this song in the background. Because the likelihood, and I saw a band talking about this yesterday on a video they uploaded. This is the same band I mentioned earlier. Their record label's saying, hey, look, we love your music, but it's just not working. It's not getting out there enough. So we want to do this campaign. We want to put your music on all these things. And then hopefully people will come over to your Instagram and then follow you from all this stuff. And he's taken it in his own hands. How unbelievable is this? The steps you have to go as a musician, that he's created his own coffee channel where he goes out, kind of like Walk With Me. He goes out and takes videos of himself buying a coffee and sitting down in his favorite coffee shops, drinking and showing images of the coffee that he's bought and putting his latest single underneath. Because nobody's clicking on the fucking clips that the ads that they're putting on Instagram just for the music itself with a video clip that they spent money to make this video clip and nobody's clicking on it. But this coffee channel that this dude's made is blowing his music up. Oh, man, we are fucked. We talked about trend simulation. Well, I didn't talk about trend simulation. The insiders told us everything. They told us everything that they're doing. Narrative control. Let's get into this because this is where we get into AI and the dangers of this stuff. So music marketing isn't about songs anymore. It is about controlling conversations. And this is where AI bots come into it and flooding videos with bots. Sometimes, right, songs get released and they are using these websites to fill the comments up before the song is even dropped. The post goes up, and as it goes up, there's already 200 comments as the post goes up, with comments like, album of the year, everybody loves this, or there's the negative, this artist is finished, or this artist is overrated, because as much as there are people running these campaigns with bots promoting and saying this is a great album, trust me, they are running alternative campaigns shitting on another artist who they deem as competition. Man, it's so hard to have hope these days. It doesn't deter me. I still try to have hope because people will repeat narratives. There's been who was it? I think what's her name? Rebel Wilson, the actor, Australian actor, used to be overweight, lost a whole lot of weight. Even there's a thing on Drake, right? They ran a hate campaign on Drake, putting out there that he had fucking lice on his genitals and that his balls smell like dog sweat and all this shit, right? And they ran these no, I'm not kidding you about this. They ran all this shit about how he had lice. And people ran with it, right? Because they see it and instantly people are in this fucking broken brain syndrome where they just go, oh, I've got to spread the news because I'm the media now, right? Because we've been led to believe that we are the media now. You see it all the time. Somebody dies on Facebook, a big celebrity, and everyone's got to be the first one to go, oh, this person died. Like we've all got to break the news to each other because nobody can trust the news anyway. And so we have become these seeders. We are the seeders and we are being led to believe that we're controlling the narrative, but we are being controlled with bullshit like this. And what happens is with this kind of stuff, like with the Drake thing, Drake is over here now having to talk about this going, my balls don't have lice. Meanwhile, over this side, there's an album that's been released that is like taking all the glory away from his album that's just been released, right? This is where all the diss tracks and all this stuff is coming in too. Anyway, fake fan bases. Let's talk about this briefly. We've got 15 minutes. Hello, Costa. And Deep Gravity, I don't think I said hi to you. Yeah, nothing's organic anymore. This is where we're at, right? The man that guys plays acoustic and laughs is infuriating. You wait till you see my hate watch of the week this week on Tech Titties. You're going to love it. It's fucking annoying. Fake fans. So I had this article. Do I have the article up? I don't think I have it. So this really interesting article I was reading yesterday about fake fans. Things that can be potentially bought: followers, comments, likes, reposts, shares, Discord members, subreddit. This is another thing too, right? This is huge with Discord. They're trying to solve this at the moment. Discord are having a massive influx of people generating fake followers on Discord. So when people are joining your Discord, it looks like there's a whole lot of people on your Discord. And then again, this says, hey, I just joined this Discord. You should see how much action's going on there. And they are fucking running server farms on fucking Discord, man. And you can look, the thing is, you can normally tell these conversations because they aren't conversations. The bots just say some fucking random shit because they're bots, right? Lawcat, hello to you. Good to see you. But here's the thing. The goal of creating fake followers and fake comments and fake likes and reposts, it's not necessarily to fuck with us, to fuck with humans. Why they're doing it's to fuck with the algorithm, right? Because then the algorithm puts it to more people, right? You got to remember, the algorithms control everything now. The algorithms, now you have some level of control over your algorithm. You can go in and click videos that I don't want to see this, I don't want to see this. You'll have to keep doing it because it will try to put this stuff back. Right? Facebook is the worst example of this, right? Where you see something and go, fuck, hit the X. I don't want to see this shit. But for some reason, I still keep getting in my Facebook feed so much shit that I'm against. So much shit that tells me, like every day I get posts from these psychopaths who are just trans people need to be shot. I'm like, why the fuck are you showing me this, Facebook? Because they want to rage bait me, right? And they want to fuck with the algorithm to keep you engaged and fight with this thing, which brings me on to rage baiting marketing. And rage baiting marketing is, it's everything now, right? Didn't the tech companies clamp down on this? I remember YouTube and Spotify removing tons of channels. Well, this is the thing. The bots were different then. The bots. All right. So you got to think about things like this, right? Whenever there's a technology and it gets squashed, that technology changes and gets better and understands the workaround. The same thing with jailbreaking back in the day. When Apple put clamps down and said, no, you can't jailbreak because we're going to put in these stop gaps. People found a way around it to keep going. And it's the same. Technology is moving so fast, especially with AI. Look, you don't even, in the next year, we're not even going to need real people to be farming and doing this stuff. There are agents out there right now. 57% of the internet now is bots having conversations. And agents are rising at the unbelievable numbers. Agents, if you've even seen, there's even a fucking AI social group. There's a fucking social networking page for fucking AI out there. And they're all talking to each other. What the fuck? So we're not even going to need to have these bot farms, these centers with people doing this shit. There's just going to be all these AI agents just floating around, given specific tasks to do to go and do this thing. And there's going to be, here's the problem with this. Who do you blame? Who do you blame? How do you find the paper trail to who's behind it? Because it's just these invisible AI agents that are floating around creating havoc. This is the problem, right? This is a thing. Now they talk about, AI is going to be the end of the world. No one's going to know what to believe. This is the problem. Everything is just so fake. But rage bait marketing creates fake feuds, fake controversy, deliberately outrageous interviews, like we said before, clip farming these fake podcasts, these manosphere guys, misleading headlines, and nobody checks up on it, right? Nobody checks anything. We all just go scroll past. Because it feels so hard. It makes me want to opt out of life. It's so weird, man. What's the thing is there going to be like a straw that breaks the camel's back where we're able to say no? And, my new segment on Tech Titties is hate watching, right? And Adorable Anarchy. I don't think I said hi to you. Hate watching, it's a thing. And I like to hate watch some channels, but here's the thing. I don't hate the channel. I just love fucking laughing at certain things people do on their channels, right? Like I showed last week, the beers with Boydo. The guy laughs after every sentence he says. Do I hate the guy? I absolutely don't. I find it entertaining that, somebody goes, "G'day, my name's Boydo. I'm just going out for a beer." I think that's funny. Do I hate it? No. But hate watch is an interesting word for it. So hate watching is a thing, and people know that there's capital to be made. And you want to they want to push that. Even music, right? We're at this. You hate something now. Remember back in the day with music, somebody goes, "Oh, that song sucks," and nobody would listen to it. And then with the invention of American Idol, what would happen with American Idol? People would watch the rounds of all the contestants coming in, and the whole first 3 weeks was just people hanging to see people get shredded, right? To see them get destroyed. And there were so many of them that got destroyed because they come from fucking households where their families are just going, "No, you are a good singer. Yeah, go for that." And then they go on and get destroyed. And then what happened over the years of American Idol or Australian Idol, whichever country you're in, they would bring those people back. And they actually would get record deals for being so shit. Fucking what are we doing, man? What are we doing? So it doesn't even matter if you suck or not. Like, I was watching somebody last night on Facebook who is so terrible, one of the worst singers I've ever heard, ever. And he's so deluded. He was even saying in between his songs, "I don't use auto-tune." And I was yelling at my screen, "You should. You're horrible." But it was packed. People were watching. Why? Because they love seeing shit. So we know bots shape opinions. They influence perception. Imagining opening X, which is the prime candidate for this. I've got so much spit all over my monitor right now. And seeing 5,000 comments on a new song saying, "This album's incredible." Or, "This artist sucks, man. This is the worst." If it's all fake, it doesn't really matter because people are going to jump on and just go for it and join in the fucking glory of, "Yeah, they suck. Yeah." Because everybody's got to be heard, right? We've all got to be heard, or we feel like we're invisible. In fact, I like being invisible. I like having this little corner on the internet where it's just me and you, right? So we are at the death. The death of organic discovery. It's happened. It's come. It's gone. It's been happening for a while. This ain't new. They're just talking about it now. That's the thing, right? It's not that it's... they just started doing this? No. This has been going for a long time. They're just now admitting it. So like with any technology, when they start admitting it, guess what? There's already something else that they're doing. Always. Honestly, when was the last time that you genuinely discovered an artist? And I'm talking about not here, because we discover stuff all the time here. We're like into music. We're like talking about this stuff. But when was it and where was it? Let us know in the comments below if you're watching this on the replay, or in the chat right now. We've got 7 minutes. When was it? Can you remember an artist? Put an artist in. Where did you hear about him? For me, I'll give you my honest opinion. When I started doing Unearthed, holy fuck, I started discovering so many artists. And you know where it was? I started discovering them on Instagram. Instagram, it was the best place for me to find music. Why? It wasn't organic either. It was all artists paying for fucking ads on Instagram. And because the algorithm had picked up that I was looking for music, it just kept feeding me ads. Because these algorithms understand, instead of sending me the actual artist's Instagram channel, send me an ad, because then they can make money from it. Right? That is the way it works. I might just take up knitting. Why are you not knitting now? What, am I the only one who knits? They want to control over everything. Of course they do, right? Let me see. Sigur Rós was on someone else's YouTube channel. I came across this guy, Pete. We all did. He's a gateway drug, right? Forrested Wolf agrees. I came across many of the artists that I played. Yeah, the Canadian Tonal Polka Dot. I came across them on Instagram. It was an ad, actually, right? The only way to not lose is not to play. Right, so there's that too. Now, the death, TikTok. So, TikTok is massive, right? There's unfortunately TikTok is it's a good way to discover music. It is. It actually is a really good way. And are you after watching this? Are any of you thinking about doing this? Sending your music out to viral TikTok dances to see if it works. Getting a PR team to help. Spotify recommendation, YouTube recommendation, all these Instagram reels. But how much of this is real? That is the thing. I think we've covered everything. I think I've covered everything today. I think I've got it all out of my system. Look, ultimately, does this affect us? We're in a very niche community of very supportive people who just like making music, right, at the end of the day. But I like talking about this stuff because it's nice to know what the industry is all about. Now, the interesting thing about things like Suno and stuff like that, remember when Suno hit and then all of a sudden all these big producers came out saying, oh, we've been using AI for ages. Now we can talk about it. What's really cool is young kids are pushing back. I saw Jordan Rudess dropped a video the other day of him as a wizard coming out of the ground. It was all AI made. And man, the amount of pushback, people attacked him for fucking hours over this. And he removed turned the comments off. Young people are fucking, they're not taking this shit, man. Right? Because young people, this is the thing, right? In music, when we were young, we shaped the music industry. We're all old now and we have nothing to do with this shit. We just make music then, yeah. But young people, they're getting pissed off about all this shit. And who knows if they have the power or the voice to be able to change any of this. Or is it too late? I don't know. But hopefully you'll join me this week for Tech Titties because we got lots of tech news to cover on Tech Titties. Let me show you. Tech Titties is my next time when I'm live streaming. It happens on Tuesday, US, UK time, where we talk about that. He didn't remove the post. He turned off the comments because they were wicked evil, man. People losing their mind. I put a post on Instagram this week showing a biker gang that I filmed on Walk With Me, and people were just calling me a fucking cunt and then I'm a pedo. And I guess it's engagement. It's the most comments I've got on one of my reels, but everybody's just like, I hope you die and fucking... Man, I don't want my shit to go viral. I don't even... Like, what the fuck is wrong with people, man? People are losing their minds. It's just a video of some bikers driving past me and they're like, I hope you die. I'm like, okay, I guess. Tech Titties this week happening here on the channel. Lots of stuff to talk about there. Also, guys, we got a wicked interview coming up. I'm so excited. This dude is so talented. We have Matt Creedon coming on the show this week. He is a musician, multi-instrumentalist, producer here in Australia, and he is also a music teacher and does music therapy. Super talented dude. You may have seen him across YouTube and Facebook with his teaching of music. He actually did a whole year where he dropped a song every day on his YouTube channel, 365 songs for the whole year. Super talented. I can't wait to have him on. I've played gigs with the guy. And I just want to address this before we go. If you are questioning my current thumbnails, going, hey, they look a little bit AI, I'm just going to put it out there. I'm still making thumbnails like I always do. I've just decided to put them as a finishing touch through ChatGPT and just say, make this a little bit fancier. So every thumbnail that you are seeing, I have made already. There you go, volume pedal. And there's volume pedal. I'm just doing it to see if it makes any difference. I'm doing a little bit of an experiment to see what happens. We had an interview with Matt Fetcher this week. There was the thumbnail I made, and here is the thumbnail that it generated. Just so you know, if you think I'm generating all my shit and making it all up, I'm still making thumbnails. I'm just trying to see, well, I'm just fucking around. All right. Pete's got YML on. Thank you for your time. I see nearly 50 of you. Obviously, you like this show. If you do, hit the like, please, and all that jazz. It helps. Hopefully, see you at Tech Titties. Lots of demos coming out this week. I'll dump you over at YML. Love you all. Do the things that make you happy. You guys rock. You're so talented. Don't let this shit jade you. just keep making great music and enjoy doing it. That's the most important thing, all right? Let's, Oj, deal with it.